Here are 5 myths about business that will keep your business from thriving. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself saying things like this? I don't want to grow too fast because I don't want to lose control. That's just the way things work in my industry. I could grow my business faster, but I'm not willing to sacrifice my health or my relationships in order to make it happen. It's really hard to find good team members. They just don't exist, especially those millennials. Or even, well, things were going well until COVID. Now, all of these things are just beliefs or assumptions, but that doesn't actually make them true. But if you believe them, then they are true for you. A belief's primary job is to gather evidence for its existence. So once you believe something to be true, we develop this cognitive bias where everything that we see continues to validate what we've already decided to be true. I'm going to tell you 2 reasons why this is really dangerous and give you 2 steps to overcome it. Here's the first reason this is dangerous. If you really believe something to be true, there is almost 0 chance you will develop the skill of achieving any other result. So let's say, for example, you believe that hiring is more or less a gamble because candidates can lie on their resume or their interviews, and you just never really know what you're going to get until they're actually working in your company. So if that's what you believe to be true, you'll never actually develop the skill of being excellent at recruiting and interviewing and recognizing what you need on your team, because you believe that it's just more or less a 50-50 shot of whether or not you get it right. Here's the second reason why this is really dangerous, and it's called the 17-second rule. Now, neuroscience tells us that when you hold a thought in your mind for as little as 17 seconds, it starts to attract other similar thoughts and emotions, and they build. And as short as 68 seconds, what it does is it affects the particle energy in your body, and you take the emotion from that thought and you start to project it onto everything else. Which is why we get that feeling sometimes that when it rains, it pours, because we start to look for more things that validate the belief that we're having a bad day or a bad year. So for example, an employee drops the ball on something, and then a little bit later, you get an email from a frustrated customer about something else. And then the next thing you know, you find yourself in this mode of, well, I just got to fix it myself because I'm the only one that can do it right around here. And then something else happens that on any other day might have been a minor annoyance, but today it's the straw that breaks the camel's back. And that myth of it's difficult to grow a business or it's just hard to find good people is further solidified in your subconscious that that's just the way it is. So what you focus on can either help build healthy belief systems for you, which result in healthy skill sets getting developed and healthier actions getting taken and healthier results being met, or it can further root those beliefs that might not necessarily be true, those myths, into your subconscious as truth, even if they're not. Here's 2 steps that you can take to overcome it. The first one is look for people and circumstances that prove you wrong, because they exist. There are companies out there who are growing quickly, who are attracting good people, businesses who are having great success without sacrificing their health or personal relationships. All of that exists. So you need to challenge your belief system sometimes if they're not serving you well and if they're not leading you towards a greater level of success. The second tip to overcome these myths is to go on what I like to call a mental cleanse. That's where for 30 days, you are hyper intentional about what you allow into your mind. You only read, watch, or listen to things that either build you up, educate you, inspire you towards greatness. Not even neutral things make it into your mind. Not even Netflix, not even background music on the radio. Only the equivalent of mental kale, only the healthy stuff. See how it changes your perspective, which will lead to different actions being taken, which will lead to different results in your business. So stop believing the myths and instead choose to believe what's going to get you closer to your goals. Thanks for watching.